Here for my interview on KKCR, Public Radio Kauai. I was here about a year and a half ago and back again with my friend Tracy Chavarone, who's going to have me on and interview me. So stay tuned.
Good to be cautious. Anyway, right now I want to introduce you to Dr. Sam Berne. Aloha, Sam.
Aloha.
So nice to see you in person.
I know, we're face to face.
We're face to face. Fantastic.
Eye to eye.
Yeah, so welcome back to Kauai.
Yeah, it feels great to be here. We just had 15 inches of snow in Santa Fe, so nice to be in the tropics.
I know it. Isn't that kind of unusual to have that much snow this early or not really?
Well, it used to be with climate change, we're not getting that much snow, but back in the 90s, yeah, we used to get that kind of snow end of October, beginning in November. What a blessing. It lowers the fire risk and anyway, it's great to be here in the humidity.
The humidity, right. I know I was mentioning I was in New Mexico in October and it was very, very dry. I definitely had to put lotion on my skin.
Yes. It is a high desert environment. I have to warn people about that.
It was so beautiful. New Mexico is just spectacular. It really is the land of enchantment.
It really is, and so much space there, open land, great hiking, nature, Chaco Canyon, and all those magical places. Yeah.
Definitely. Well, and of course, Kauai has its own magic, which brings you back year after year.
I know. It's like a magnet that keeps bringing me back.
Right. So for those of you who have never met Dr. Sam Berne, I'm going to have him introduce himself. But he's the author of many books, and he is a holistic eye doctor. I don't know if that's the way you would consider yourself, but...
Yes, well, I'm a behavioral optometrist, doctor of optometry, but I have studied many different healing modalities, and my mission is to help people regain their eyesight if it's deteriorating, improve their vision as they get older, work with kids with learning problems and the spectrum disorders, autism to ADD. There's a very big vision component to it, traumatic brain injury, people that want to reduce their prescriptions. So I've devoted my career, it's 4 decades, and still going strong, helping people with their health and their vision.
Right. But you do use, except your holistic approaches.
Yeah, well, when listeners, you go to the eye doctor and they give you a stronger prescription, or they tell you you have a disease and you're going to lose your sight, or drug surgery and needles, that's the standard care. So just learning things like functional medicine, what do you eat to preserve your eyes? How does the sun affect your eyes? What about being on computers? So there's a lot of things that you can do to take better care of this major modality that we relate to the world with. And usually I get people where they've gone to the doctor and it's, oh my goodness, I'm going to lose my sight, or I have to get surgery, and that's where I come in and I can do some interventions to help them.
So for people listening right now, get people to say, oh, carrots are good for your eyes. What are some of the daily habits people can incorporate to keep their eyes as healthy as possible, or even improve their eye health?
Well, to keep it simple, there are 3 main things. Number 1, get some morning sunlight. The research backs that up, that when you get morning sunlight, it actually resets your circadian rhythm and it puts you into a better mood, and it's great for your eyesight and vision. Number 2, eat a diet that involves the rainbow of vegetables. And if we think about the red, orange, yellow, green vegetables, those feed the retina, the macula, and the cornea. And so if you eat a healthy diet, low processed or no processed foods, and reduce or eliminate sugar, you have a great chance to preserve your eyesight. And number 3, eye exercises work really well to improve the circulation and oxygenation in the eyes. One of my famous ones is called the palm hum exercise. That's where you rub your hands together for a few seconds, you cup your hands over your eyes, and you breathe in through your nose, and on the exhale you make a humming sound. And you do about 6 or 8 of those after a day on the computer, and that will improve your circulation, oxygenation, lubricate your eyes, and balance your nervous system. So those are 3 simple things that you can do to preserve your vision.
Well, and those are all totally doable. And I love the rainbow vegetables because for me, I like to have a lot of colors in my food because I feel like I'm also nourishing my chakras when I eat all those colors, on that more esoteric level.
Yeah, well, there's a camera that I use called a GDV camera. This measures energy fields, chakras, and acupuncture meridians. And we did research on how the chakras were impacted when we fed people color therapy through their eyes. And we found that when they looked at different colors, overall their chakras got more balanced and more lined up and larger. So the eyes are the organ of light that transports that light throughout the entire body. Light is a food. Don't be afraid of it. And it affects our energy fields and our meridians. And so, very much so.
If you just tuned in, I'm speaking with Dr. Sam Berne. And so, Sam, I'd love for you to give out your website and like any other information. If you want to give out your phone number, how long will you be here on Kauai?
I'll be here through next Wednesday, and we have a workshop scheduled this Saturday. Registration closes tomorrow morning, so you can call me 505-920-0317. I'm also doing some private sessions, so if you want some one-on-one time, give me a call. My website is drsamberne.com, DRSAMBERNE.com. I'm also very active on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, so you can type my name in, and I have thousands of free videos. I also have a membership, so if you want to go deeper with me, you can do that. Lots of ways to learn about what I'm doing.
So you mentioned I think every social media out there. So I'm just curious, how has social media changed your ability to assist people in their lives?
Well, it helps me connect to people that probably would have never heard from me or about me. And I have an international following, so people say in Germany or Australia, they get to see my content, and it gives them another opportunity to help themselves. My mission is to educate, and I give away my content for free. I also have a podcast, the Berne podcast. And so with all of those different channels, I'm able to reach people video, audio, written, and it's really been a great service to be able to connect with people on so many levels from many different locations.
Right. So once again, if you just tuned in, I'm speaking with Dr. Sam Berne. And now I know you have authored quite a few books, and do you want to just mention some of those? Because I know you were here, was it last year or was it this year when you were here for your latest book?
It was last April, and it was a book called Vital Vision, and that's my newest book that's been out about a year. You can get that on Amazon, both ebook and also written. I've written, my first book was called Creating Your Personal Vision. I wrote that in 1994. I did a new edition about 2 or 3 years ago. That has eye exercises in it. I also wrote a book about nutrition called Taking It In, and how foods affect our vision and our brain. And then I wrote a book called I Sense at Play in the Field of Healing, where I talk about energy, medicine, and my research swimming with the wild dolphins on the Big Island and how that impacted people's energy fields and chakras. And did that, our last trip was 2020 before COVID. So there's books on my website. You just go to drsamberne.com and you can order them if you want.
All right. So now the workshop on Saturday, we want to talk a little bit about what that format will be?
Well, people bring their individual situations to the table, And so we're going to figure out what each person's goals and objectives are, and then we'll tailor the workshop to how it's going to help people. And it could be through somatic movement, it could be through color therapy, vision, physical therapy exercises. I also do something called iridology. That's being able to read the iris. You take a picture of the iris, the color part of the eye, and that maps to the body so you can see what your liver health is, gallbladder, pancreas, thyroid. Get to see genetic tendencies, things that maybe were in your family, and nurture points. What are things that you can do to nurture your systemic health that not only improves your vision, but can improve your health and wellness as also.
Fantastic. And once again, how can someone register for that workshop?
Just give me a call, 505-920-0317, and we can do the registration process on the phone. Also, if you want to do a session, we can book one. I am licensed to practice optometry in Hawaii, which is an advantage. So if you need prescriptions or anything like that, I can certainly address those needs for you.
And your website again is?
www.drsamberne.com, Berne. Check it out. There's a lot of great stuff on there. And yeah, if you want to interact, just send me an email and we can talk.
Right. So, so if you're offering private sessions, so now, I mean, I know, of course, you customize those to, what the people's issues are. But is there anything in particular, things that you are always sort of working with people, or like what does a private session entail? I mean, do you take an iridology picture? I mean, what does that entail?
Well, people have problems, and so listening is very important, and meeting people where they are around, what are their symptoms, and of course we want to treat the cause, not the symptoms. So it could be anything from, for example, somebody's prescription is too strong that they're wearing and it gives them a headache. So how to reduce it but still allow them to see clearly, maybe giving them some eye relaxation exercises if they work on screens a lot. Or let's say you've been diagnosed with cataracts or glaucoma or macular degeneration or dry eye, something that you're tired of using pharmaceuticals or you're facing surgery. Then there could be some nutritional, herbal, aromatherapy, functional medicine things that could turn things around. One of the new research studies that's coming out is on something called photobiomodulation. This is using red light on the eyes to increase the mitochondria function. And when you increase the mitochondria function, you reduce inflammation and oxidative stress. So there's a way that I've developed red light therapy for the eyes that's not too bright, and it allows a reversal of certain eye conditions. So Glenn Jeffries was an ophthalmologist in the UK who did a study on red light therapy and macular degeneration. You could Google that. And anyway, so there's lots of different techniques with the overall intention is to help people move out of the danger zone if things are deteriorating.
Right. So if you just tuned in, I'm speaking with Dr. Sam Berne, and he's a licensed ophthalmologist here in Hawaii, and he is having private sessions with individuals. If you're interested, he can be reached at 505-920-0317. Once again, that's 505-920-0317, and he will be here through next Wednesday, or is that
Yes,
correct?
that's correct. Yeah.
Right. And is there any particular area of the island where you are seeing patients, just so people know?
In the Princeville area. So, but if you contact me, I can give you directions, and it's a nice, comfortable house. So, it's great.
Yeah. Just want to let people know,
Yes,
if
yeah.
listening from the west side, it's on the North Shore.
Sure, we're on the North Shore. Yeah, exactly.
North Shore, yeah, and he
Yeah.
will be here through Wednesday. And once again, your website?
drsamberne.com.
And so do you have your own YouTube channel?
I do. Dr. Sam Berne. You can go on that. We post our video podcasts. We do YouTube shorts, long material. So we have tons of free videos on YouTube if you want to go there. Just type in my name and watch away.
Watch away. So now you said you also have a podcast, and where is that? Is that?
Well, I do both an audio through Apple iTunes and Spotify and all the major sites. So that's audio. Some people like to walk their dog and listen, or they're commuting in the city. And then we do a video version, which we post on YouTube. So yeah, there's a lot of different ways to reach that podcast. It's called the Berne Podcast. And I've done hundreds of shows on a variety of different subjects.
And that's Berne, like
yes.
your last name.
Mm-hmm.
So, no.
Very simple.
Yeah, very simple, very simple. And so, what are some of the things you like to do while you're here? I know you're probably going to be working a lot, but what are some of your favorite things to do on Kauai?
Well, I'm going out on a charter tomorrow because of my experience. I led dolphin swims for about 15 years, so we can't swim with the dolphins anymore, but we're going to go out on a charter leaving from Port Allen tomorrow and interact. Hopefully maybe we'll see some whales and turtles and dolphins. And then actually I brought my golf clubs, so I'm going to be playing some golf. And
get a little early morning sunlight?
Get a little morning sunlight, and then probably do some hiking. So it's, yeah, it's already been great so far.
So let's get back to eyes, though. So you mentioned something about, the screens. We're on screens a lot. Now I know in my glasses I have one of those, what is it, that like blue thing that supposedly helps your eyes when you're using screens. I forget what it's called, but.
Yeah, it's called a blue protection lens or blue filter or something, depends on the company. So basically what's coming off screens these days is chaotic blue light. And over time, this blue light can dry your eyes out. It can, create inflammation and eye strain, dryness. So the blue light is definitely, in some circles, they'll say it's actually even like a neurotoxin. So by doing blue protection on the lenses, you can actually get a screen protector as well on your phone or your tablet or your computer. It's really important to take frequent breaks on the computer, and after 6 p.m. when you're on the screens, the blue light tricks the pineal gland to reduce melatonin, which is our sleep hormone. So it's a little more difficult to go to sleep if you're on your screens before bed. I would stop using your digital 1 hour before you go to sleep, allow yourself to get away from all that chaotic screen time. If you do those things and then get out in the natural sunlight, look out into the distance, then you have a good chance to reduce eye strain and dryness.
All right. So just for people who've just tuned in, I'd love for you to go over those few things you mentioned that people can do in their daily life to benefit their eye health.
Sure. So there are three main things, just to keep it simple. Number one, get morning natural sunlight, about 30 minutes a day. Studies have shown that when you get that morning sunlight, it resets your circadian rhythm, it puts you in a better mood, so your serotonin, dopamine levels in the brain start firing, and it also improves your eyesight. Number two, eliminate processed foods, eat a rainbow diet of vegetables. I'd probably add berries. That's a really great food for night vision. So the red, orange, yellow, green vegetables are really, really important, and that feeds the macula and the retina. And then number three, my exercise called the palm hum. You could Google it, and you can watch a demo. Basically, you rub your hands together for a few seconds, palm your eyes, you're breathing in through the nose on the exhale, you do a hum, and you do about 6 hums, and that's going to bring more oxygenation, circulation, and relaxation to your eyes and your nervous system. If you do those things, you're going to preserve your eyesight.
Well, I love all three of those, and they're so doable. And just thinking about that, palming your eyes and humming, because I know, there's the whole idea of, sound therapy and stuff, but when I think of humming, it's sort of like your whole body kind of vibrates. So it seems like, how it would just help with your parasympathetic nervous system. In so many ways it could be beneficial.
Parasympathetic nervous system, nitric oxide, which is an ingredient as a natural vasodilator. And your hands are like tuning forks. So when you're humming and you get that vibration, that sound is going into the compressed tissue of the eyes. Sound is one of the best ways to release compressed tissue, whether it's, you're basically doing your own sound bath.
Right. I like that. I love sound baths too.
Oh, they're great.
By other people as well.
Yes, yeah. So this is more of a self-produced sound bath that you can direct and regulate, which is wonderful.
And it's the Palm Hum by Dr. Sam
It's
Berne.
a palm hum, yes.
All right, so Dr. Sam Berne, thank you so much. Once again, I'd love for you to give out your website
Okay.
and your phone number.
Sure. Website, drsamberne.com, and my number is 505-920-0317.
And Dr. Berne is on island through next Wednesday. He is seeing private clients, having private sessions, as well as offering a one-day workshop this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And all that information is on his website. Is that on
Correct.
your Facebook page too?
Yeah, it's a lot of different places, but you can just give me a call and we can talk about it. So Tracy, thank you so much for having me on, and best wishes to you.
Well, thank you, Sam. It's so good to see you again. And I'm sure I'll see you in the course of the week. So aloha.